Welcome to Smooth Brews. My name's Hire, aka Alex, and today I'm going to be opening a box of Commander Legends, Dungeons and Dragons, Battle for Baldur's Gate. It's a Commander pack. Really excited about the set, and I am excited to do this opening with you. This is your ASMR Magic the Gathering go to sleep time thing, so I hope you are ready to go to bed. All right, so I'm gonna open this up. All right, and this is the Izzet commander deck. So this is for Crag, Cunning Instigator. It's a legendary dragon creature, flying haste. Whenever one or more dragons you control attack an opponent, go target creature that opponent controls or that player controls. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, if that creature had to attack this turn or this combat, you put a +1/+1 counter on Furkrog, Cunning Instigator, and you draw a card. It's 3/3 for 5. Seems okay, but we are gonna open this. All right, here we go. Cool. So this is the opening thing. They give you these cool pop-outs now. These things are pretty cool. And I guess they want you to use these as counters, which I can get behind because they're foily kind of, which is it's okay, I'm also not a fan that they don't give you like the large card anymore that this used to be, and I used to love that. Cool. So now there's that, and I think this is to help divide your cards. Cool. So we got that. All right, the rest of this is unfortunately it's fortunately trash. I recycle in our house, so we will recycle this, but there's not much left for the box, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Cool. So we put this in here. Put that aside. Okay, so far we have this thing and these counters, which are cool. All right, now let's open this. Cool. So this comes with some stuff, apparently. We have, space filler, but then we have a pack, the deck itself, a guide, a life counter, which is actually really cool. And then it comes with a pack. It's a collector booster sample pack. So maybe there's something in here for us. All right. Let's close this box. Okay. So let's open this up real quick just to see what's in here. I think this is an instruction manual on how to play Magic. Or on how to play the deck. Yeah. Furkrog. Even among red dragons, Furkrog stands out as manipulative and deceitful. He is happiest when lesser creatures, in his eyes, anything other than dragons, are strung along by his elaborate deceptions. He uses trickery and his mastery of illusions to turn his friends against one another and ruin the lives of the heroic and righteous. Furkrog's favorite ruse is to adopt the form of Lord Girardon Furkrog, a down-on-his-luck human nobleman. Lord Girardon wanders the region, pleading with heroic adventurers to venture into his ancestral lands and slay the wicked monsters that have infested the place. Those who are merciful and charitable enough to answer his call stumble into a horrific trap, as the directions they receive send them to the area surrounding Furkrog's lair. There, the dragon's powerful magic causes those of noble heart to appear as twisted monsters. Adventuring bands who enter the region invariably battle each other, cutting one another down and ridding the area of the very heroes who could put a stop to Furkrog's treachery. pretty not good. Draconic Descent. All right. So when you're playing this deck, it's nice to be the one pulling the strings. Furkrog's is known for weaving plots within plots, always having carefully calculated plan for every situation. While why deal with your opponents yourself when you can make them fight among themselves? Use a variety of goad cards to force your opponents to attack one another while you build up your defenses to make attacking you unwise. Once your opponents have softened each other up, get your claws dirty with a pumped up Furkrog or a variety of other dragons to finish the job. One thing to keep in mind with this deck is that while it's great at whittling the opposition down to just one player, once the game comes down to one-on-one, your political cards will lose their swagger. Be sure to have a plan ready for late game, whether it's getting your opponents to beat each other up with as much as possible so the last player is easy pickings, or feigning that they have the upper hand when really you have the right cards to steal all their creatures and win with a single attack. Alright, and then it talks about commander rules, which is not something I'm going to focus on in this video, but if you want to learn more about commander, you should check us out on Playing with Power, or the Mystic Remoras, or Fervent Alchemist, who is also a member of Smooth Brews. Yeah, their links will be in the description. Okay, so like I said, we have this life counter. It sounds pretty nice. I like that. It's pretty good. So really smooth, cool dragon. So we got that. I'm going to save this pack for last. And let's go ahead and open this this pack of cards. So, all right. So first, we have the Instigator, and we already talked about it. What he does: Flying Haste, Dragon. Then we have Baloth Brittle Entertainer. Apologies for the horrible pronunciation. Creatures your opponents control with power less than this creature's power are goaded. What? That's not fair. That doesn't seem fair. Whenever a goaded attacking or blocking creature dies, you create a treasure token, choose a background. Wow, this seems really, really good. Let's see. We have Clan Crafter. It's a background. Commander creatures you own have pay 2, sacrifice an artifact to put a +1/+1 counter on this creature and draw a card. Seems decent. Seems very decent. Psychic Impetus. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, you scry 2 as enchantment. Shiny Impetus. Same thing. Gets +2/+2 and goaded. However, whenever enchanted creature attacks, you create a treasure. Nice alternate art for Arcane Signet. I'm a big fan of that. Burnished Heart. Nice alternate. Mindstone. Great. Wayfarer's Bauble. Great. I love this command tower. I don't know why. I like the colors that always are like blue and purple when they try to mix those. Compulsive Research. Target player draws 3 cards. Then that player discards 2 cards unless they discard a land card. Curse of Verbosity. Or Verbosity. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Enchant player. Whenever enchanted player is attacked, you draw a card. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. Propaganda. Creatures can attack unless their controller pays 2 for each creature you control that's attacking. Curse of Opulence. I love this card so much. Curse of Opulence. Enchant player. When enchanted player is attacked, create a gold token. Not to be confused with a treasure token. Gold tokens are a lot like little mini LEDs or lion's eye diamonds. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. Sprite Dragon. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on target on Sprite Dragon. Bloodthirsty Blade. It's equipment for 2. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Not bad. And then attach Bloodthirsty Blade to target creature an opponent controls. Activate only as a sorcery. Felwar Stone, Hedron Archive, Is It Signet, Soul Ring, Talisman of Creativity, Ash Barrens. Some of your basic lands that you see. I do like the Prismari Campus, which is tap for blue and red and pay 4 to scry 1, which I like. Reliquary Tower, Temple of the False God. This was like my favorite card when I first started playing Magic. Terrain Generator, pay 2. You may put a basic land card from your hand onto the battlefield tap. That seems really strong. Terrain Generator. Wow, that's this is. I'm gonna put this aside. That effect is really intense. Island, Artificer class, Astral Dragon. We're going to put this guy right here because we're going to talk about that too. Okay. Mocking Doppelganger 4 has flash. You may have it enter as a copy of a creature an opponent controls, except it has other creatures with the same name of this creature encoded. What a card. Bothersome Quasit. Menace, goaded creatures your opponents control can't block. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, goad target creature. Wow, this deck really wants to goad things. Whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks, one of your opponent doubles its power until end of turn as monstrosity, and when it becomes monstrous, it goads up to X target creatures your opponents control. This is Death Kiss. Loot Dispute, because I can't read apparently. It's okay. When Loot Dispute enters the battlefield, you take the initiative and create a treasure. Whenever you attack a player who has the initiative to create a treasure token. Whenever you complete a dungeon, create a 5/5 red dragon creature with flying. Spectacular Showdown, put a double strike counter on target creature, then goad each creature that has a double strike counter put on it this way, and you can overload it. Seems scary to give all your opponent's creatures with double strike, but there are goaded, so that also seems good. You're gonna really have them kill each other. Return 6 non-land permanents to their owner's hands. For 5, Aether Gale. Okay, Angler Turtle. Creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. It's like a mini goad. That's cool. Curse of the Swine. I like this card a lot. Dissipation Field. Domineering Will. Target player gains control of up to 3 target non-attacking creatures until end of turn. Untap those creatures; they can block the turn if able. This is a really interesting instant. I like the flexibility of it. Flying, when Kaiga the Tide Star dies, gain control of target creature. 6 for 6. Midnight Clock, Pursued Whale. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent creates a 1/1 red pirate creature token. When this creature can't block, and creatures you control attack each turn of wow. If able, spells your opponents cast that target pursued whale costs 3 more to cast. It's basically it's pretty cool. Untap all creatures you control and all creatures target opponent controls. You and that opponent each gain control of all creatures the other controls until end of turn. These creatures gain haste until end of turn. Reigns of Power. What a weird card. Untap all creatures you control. Okay, I like that. And all creatures target opponent controls. Okay, you and that opponent gain control of all creatures the other controls until end of turn. Reigns of Power seems like a really, 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 really strong card to play if you are playing like a non-creature deck. And you just take a bunch of stuff. Sly Instigator. This is more goat stuff. Will Kenrith is really fun. If you don't know what that is, I suggest you take a look because it's a commander that used to be a Will Kenrith and its partner. I'm pretty sure that it would be in this deck. Yep, Rowan Kenrith. Pretty cool. Yeah, these two are pretty interesting. They have ultimates that are really annoying. Agitator Ant. At the beginning of your end step, each player may put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature they control. Goad each creature that counters put on them this way. The Acroan War, Avatar of Slaughter, Blasphemous Act, Brash Taunter, Chain Reaction, Chaos Dragon, Chaos Warp, Disrupt Decorum. Dragsooth Maw of Flames. Whenever it attacks, deal 4 damage to any target and 3 damage up to 2 other targets. Geode Rager. Oh my gosh. Goblin Spymaster. Kazul. Ryosiu. Territorial Hellkite. Thunder Dragon. Vengeful Ancestor. Warmonger Hellkite. Wow, Niv Mizzet is in this deck too? Good night. This deck is crazy. And we have cool stuff. Steel Hellkite, which is great. Stuffy Doll, which is really fun. And Dragon's Horde. And we're back down to the lands again. A lot of basic lands. Pretty cool stuff. I like it a lot. And then we have our commander. This is, I think this is interesting that they decided to go with this super thick commander card, which is okay, I guess. And then I've been wondering what this is. I've been too lazy to look it up. The initiative. Whenever one or more creatures a player controls deals combat damage to you, that player takes the initiative. Whenever you take the initiative and the beginning of your upkeep, venture into Undercity, which is a dungeon, one of the dungeons. Yep. Okay, and we have some tokens. Cool. And then because you get emblems from Will, they include that, and then some basic rules and main phases. All right. So let's clean this up a little bit. Really cool. I want to talk about these 2 cards. These 2 cards are really interesting to me. Terrain Generator. I haven't heard of this card yet, but in a deck that runs a lot of basic lands, this card is absolute fire. It is free, so you literally can just and it doesn't come in tapped, which is also cool. So if you have 3 mana, you can do, or 2 other lands, you can play this land, tap it, right? If you don't have any other actions that you want to do, and then put that land, another basic land in, and then untap with 4 lands. And you can continue to do this in a deck like, trying to think what deck would really want to do this. AC or Tatiova. Those are really like land focused decks. This is just absolute fire. This is so good. I didn't realize that this card even got printed, so I really like it. I'm gonna move this over here. And then Astral Dragon. This card is a card I've been pumped on really hard because it's really interesting what it can do. For 8 mana, it is a dragon flying 4/4. When Astral Dragon enters the battlefield, create 2 tokens that are copies of target non-creature permanent, except they are 3/3 dragon creatures in addition to their other types, and they have flying. So what makes this card really interesting is that if you have Cursed Mirror, it's a 3 CMC artifact. When it enters the battlefield, it can enter the battlefield as a copy of another creature. Yeah, another creature. And so what you do is you play Cursed Mirror first, and then at some point later, you play Astral Dragon. Astral Dragon enters the battlefield. It targets Cursed Mirror. Cursed Mirror, the new Cursed Mirrors are copies of Astral Dragon, and they'll have ETBs. They'll target the original Cursed Mirror, and I'll make infinite Astral Dragons. And they're just there. You have infinite dragons, and they have haste because Cursed Mirror says that if it's a creature, it has haste. So really cool. Really cool. I'm putting this card in a couple decks, and one of them is Kinnan mid-power. All right, what you all have been waiting for, the Collector Booster Sample Pack. All right, let's check it out. All right, cool. Sweet. It's really pretty. All right. Okay. There is this card. Caves of Chaos. Adventurer. Let's see. Trample. When Caves of Chaos Adventurer enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. Whenever Caves of Chaos Adventurer attacks, exile the top card of your library. If you've completed a dungeon, you may play that card. Otherwise, Wait, what? You may play that card this turn without paying its mana cost. Otherwise, you may play that card this turn. Okay, so for 4, it's a 5/3 with trample. Pretty cool. The next card is Goggles of Night, foil with good old-fashioned bend to it. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, scry 1, then draw a card. Equip 2. Wow, this is actually really good. Goggles of Night. Whenever a creature deals combat damage. Huh. To get a draw card? This seems decent. I like that. All right. Well, that's it for this opening. Hope you enjoyed it. I am hopeful that this is received well, and if it is, we're going to keep making some more, and I will be joined by Fervent Alchemist, aka Kai, and Mailing a Bear, aka Sean. And so thank you for joining, and give it a like, a thumbs up, and a follow, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.